What's good, my guy? But nah, before we get to today's video, bro, check out the Christmas tree in my room. Okay, yes sir. You got that battery operated star right there. Boom. You got the Yu-Gi-Oh accessories. Got dry right there. Some tiny ornaments here. I really liked how this tree turned out to be at the end of the day. Got the Dragon Balls. Got the Yu-Gi-Oh keychains. Got my boy right there. Rest in peace, my guy. And look at that. I'm honestly really happy with how this tree turned out. Without further ado, let's get straight into that video. Boom. Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. Hope you guys like that Christmas tree at the beginning. Honestly, it looks really good, in my own opinion. But today, I got special ones for you. I went to locals for the first time ever since October-ish? Like, beginning of October. Yeah, I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! In that long because I've been so focused in my semester. But now that's done, I focus a little bit more on some Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything else like that. And I got second place for my first locals back. That's how we do. That's how we do. And you already know what we play. We play Labyrinth. Labyrinth, best control deck right now. Yes, sir. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Beep. Alright, so for the Labyrinth monsters, playing triple copies of Lady Labyrinth, of the Silver Castle, playing triple copies of Ariana, and we're playing one copy of Lovely Labyrinth. This is honestly all the Labyrinth monsters that you want to play in the deck. Yeah, no furnitures. Decided to cut them out. Not really a big fan of the discard concept, honestly. Like, because you're just playing a control deck, you really don't want to like see your cards in grave. Yeah, Welcome Labyrinth is something that you can discard at grave, but honestly, you're just gonna be searching Welcome Labyrinth anyways. So honestly, it's just not that good right now. And these are the only monsters really worth playing. A lot of people are cutting the Lovely because of like the tier of elements, the Shizus, everything like that. But I honestly still think that it's still worth playing in here because your opponent cannot respond to with monster effects to normal traps, so it kind of like forces the chain to like end right there, depending on what you activate. So honestly, this is really good. And I honestly kept forgetting about the hand ripping effect, which doesn't really come up, but you know, honestly, it just does come up, but you just keep forgetting about it. Playing triple Ariana. Ariana is your main starter. You search any Labyrinth card. You can search Lady, Welcome, a field spell, anything you really want. And honestly, this is just like a big defense. So like, it is big 21. So you know how it is. And if a monster were to leave, the field because of a normal trap card, you're able to draw one card, and then you'll be able to set a spell trap card, or special summon one feat monster from your hand. And with Lady over here is your best card right over here. Whenever you activate a normal trap card, right? If a Labyrinth card effect or a normal trap card is activated while this card is in your hand, you special summon it. And then if you activate a normal trap card, you're able to set any other normal trap card from deck as long as it's not the one that you activated. So as if you activate Welcome, you can set any other normal trap that's not Welcome Labyrinth. So this is gonna be it for all of your Labyrinth monsters. For the rest of the Labyrinth cards, we're running triple copies of Welcome Labyrinth, and we are playing the one copy of the Labyrinth. So with the low amount of the like fiend monsters that we play, I only think like one Labyrinth is more than enough to play the deck, because yeah, you really don't like see these cards in graveyard anyways, so you're not really going to be bringing back any fiends, but you mainly use this to add the additional effect to the Welcome Labyrinth to destroy a card on board. So that's the really good thing about that. And Welcome Labyrinth is a card that allows you to summon special summon any Labyrinth monster from your deck, and until the next turn you're locked into fiends from deck and extra deck, which is actually really important to consider as well. And while this card is in the graveyard, and if a monster were to leaves the field because of a normal trap effect, you can set this card back to your field. So it kind of reoccurs itself. So that's actually really good right there. That's going to be it for all the Labyrinth cards. And for draw power, playing triple copies of Pot of Extravagance. So I'm playing more like, so I had like a little theory over here with my first time coming back. I don't really know what to decide 100% right now. So I just decided to main deck the Pot of Extravagance for the extra draw too, because you just never know. You'd rather see, especially when you go first, you just want to see like your back row as much as you can. So honestly, this is why I decided to play the Pot of Extravagance, and you don't really care about your extra deck all that much. So Pot of Extravagance is kind of like win more card. Not really win more, but you know, you don't really care what gets banished from your extra deck, and then you just like to see draw too, you know. So playing triple Pot of Extravagance, and we were playing some of the Bestials. So I played 2 Druid Swarm, and I played 1 Sovereign. I don't play Magma Hunt because I don't have it. That's the main reason why. If I did, I would have made some space depending on what else I wanted to take. Any of the less impactful cards from my deck to put in at least maybe 2 copies of the Magma Hunt, because you don't really... the Magma Hunts are pretty expensive, like 20 bucks each. Yeah, I think I'm good, but honestly, these cards do you justice. And as I mentioned before, Welcome Labyrinth locks you into Fiends from deck and extra deck. This does not include hand. So if you see these cards in hand after you activate your Welcome Labyrinth, you're still able to special summon them. So that's actually really good. And the fact that these cards are like really big beaters, so like 25s each, is actually really good. So honestly, really great cards right over here. I didn't really resolve the effect at all today to target a special summon monster to send it to field. And definitely this one, I did not see this card at all today, but it's still a really good card at that. So I actually decided to play some Ghost Second cards in here. So I decided to play triple copies of Lava Golem and triple copies of Evenly Matched. So with Evenly Matched being like a normal trap card, you're able to just special summon your lady, which is actually really good, and it just clears your opponent's board as well. So honestly, that's really good right there. And it's not just the fact that it clears your opponent's board, it just like forces negates. So basically, I have both these cards in hand against Marincess today. He had like the 3 Marincess like link monsters in the back row. One of them was a spell of trap negate or an Omni. I think it was a spell of trap negate, so I activated Evenly Matched. He activated the negate, which special summons it from the spell trap zone to the main monster zone, and then after that you just Lava Golem them. So it just clears the board one way or another. So yeah, that's really good right there. And these cards just really good. And Lava Golem just goes for time sometimes, so you just like burn your opponent for 1000 once their standby phase. And yeah, as you saw before, the Labyrinth, playing a field spell package. Necro Valley, such a great card. Like literally, even against like the underdogs. Like this was a casual tournament, so I didn't really see any Tearlaments, Flunder, or anything like that. It still proves that like cards like Necro Valley against other decks will work so well. So like I had a matchup against Marincess, Draco Slayer, and Heroes. So Necro Valley just popped off for sure. And we're playing double copies of Metaverse now. That is at 3, but you don't really play 3 still, since like Metaverse was already searchable as it is. So honestly, 2 would be way more than enough for sure. So that's gonna be it for the field spell package. And to the rest of the normal trap cards, running triple copies of Infinite Impermanence. With Infinite Impermanence, with like the Bestials, I believe like any sort of combination of those 2 cards would just have your opponent almost end their turn. Because honestly, Infinite Impermanence is not even that good. Like I don't even use it as a hand trap. I use it for more of like a back row setup, especially like during my Draco Slayer matchup, I basically just set this in one of the pendulum zones, and he activated Odd-Eyes Revolution, Dragon's Effect, and it was in the Imperm zone. So honestly, it was just, yeah, he just kind of played into that. We played triple Compulse, still the best card of the deck, because it mainly triggers your Labyrinth monsters and Labyrinth cards whenever like a monster were to leave the field because of a normal trap effect. So this is one of the main cards that does it. Another one that does it is Terrors of the Overroot. This is more for like a Terrilimus card, but it just really disrupts your opponents whenever they need like a specific card in the graveyard, and Terrors of the Overroot just kind of like interrupts those plays. I just main decked the one copy of Different Dimension Ground because even if this was a casual tournament, like there are decks that can't play around this. Pendulums, they can't even send the cards back to the extra deck, because it counts. I guess it counts like being sent to grave, but not. But if you activate this, all their pendulum cards will get banished anyways. Play one copy of Ghastly Glitch. You don't yeah, I was playing 2 at beginning, but like you don't play enough fiends anyways to just send it to grave. So honestly, the Ghastly Glitch is good enough at 1. Playing one copy of Throw Train. The banish is still amazing, and it still triggers your Labyrinth cards to get their certain effects. And one copy of Dogmatic of Punishment, which also triggers your Labyrinth cards. So that's gonna be it for all of the normal trap cards of the deck. And for the last couple cards, triple copies of Skill Drain. Such a good card. If your deck can afford to play Skill Drain, play Skill Drain. For this, yes, you really want your cards like Lady to resolve the effect to set, but with combination, what the thing is that the Labyrinth cards, except for Oriana, are just so beefy. 3,000, 29, and then you have your Bestials, which are just like 25 each, and with Skill Drain on board, you're activating this from hand, so you're just like, it doesn't really affect it all that much, and Skill Drain is honestly very much of a win more card in my own opinion. So Skill Drain just overperformed during my last locals. And double copies of Summon Limit. I want to change these out for Gozen Match because I honestly do see that Gozen Match has more of an application than Summon Limit, but Summon Limit is just so good going first. So if you just see this card, you're just like almost winning the game for sure. So that's gonna be it for my main deck, and to go straight to the extra deck. And I actually do have an extra deck this time. So for Dogmatic of Punishment stuff, we have one Garura to draw one Ensis to pop another, and one Pegasus. This is definitely going to be changed for Omega for sure, because like you don't really want to like risk one of your monsters just to kind of like shuffle something back. So I'd rather just have the Omega just to be, you know, just for better resources, honestly. So that's going to be it for the Dogmatic of Punishment stuff. Links, we're playing double copies of Muckracker. You're playing Extravagance, so you have a chance of banishing one of these. Most likely you're not going to be banishing both, but you would at least want to keep one of them. This is like your most important card of the extra deck. Playing one copy of Dark. You really don't summon this all that much because more than half of the times you're going to be locked into links. So this is honestly of a flex spot right here. I didn't really have anything else to put in this spot. So if you want to take this out, go right ahead and do so. You have Nightmare Unicorn, the Fiend, and you have your copy of Underworld Goddess. You do build enough board presence in this deck to just kind of like go for Underworld. It's just actually insane. So that's going to be it for all the Link monsters. And we have a whole bunch of XZs over here. And this is just honestly another one of those cards you could just change out because you'd be locked into Fiends. I played one in Wallow because you do play Bestials and they're level 6s. So you can easily go for this. And this card is really good against like any graveyard reliant deck because it just returns the cards back to deck. So from grave to deck. So honestly, really good card right here. But as mentioned before, you're going to be locked into the Fiends more than half of the time. So that's also a free flex spot right there. And the rest of these are Fiends. Playing double copies of Baguska. Once again, you're playing Extravagance. Playing double Wave King Caesar. Once again, Extravagance. If you don't know about this, you just go 2 Arianas into the Wave King Caesar. You go for King Tail, and then you overlay into the Mocking X to basically like detach 2 to steal one of your opponent's monsters, I believe, as XZ's material. So, as I mentioned in my last video before, that I liked to make sure that these like cards are not ending up anywhere in the graveyard or the field, because that's where they gain most of their advantage. So any way you can get these cards back to the extra deck, or banished with the Amazement Throw Train, or even attached to the Machinex as material, you'll have a lot of advantage for sure. So that's why I played a DDD package. And a funny thing about Baguska, if you're stalling with Baguska, right, and you have your copy of Labyrinth, you activate a normal trap card. Labyrinth can trigger to special summon the Baguska to stall for at least like one more turn. And then you could honestly just keep bringing this card back. It will die because it doesn't have any materials, but honestly, it's just really good to just help you stall to get to your next turn so you can play again. So that's gonna be it for the extra deck. And for the side deck over here, playing one Pank. Once again, you're free to summon anything from your hand or your graveyard. So Pankatrops is a really good going second card. So honestly, really good card right here. Playing Spooky Dogwood. Honestly, just to gain life points. Every time I use this card, it wasn't the best thing, but honestly, it's still a great card, for sure. I was playing against a hero player today. I honestly misplayed. I should have waited until he special summoned, special something, or like activate an effect to special something to just get the Spooky Dogwood. But honestly, it just kind of forced him not to play. But I did take like my life points were halved at the end phase. So honestly, this wasn't that good at that instant. So that's the thing right there. Well, funny thing is, I do play Pot of Extravagance in the main deck, and I side deck the Pot of Prosperity. So whenever I'm going second, right, you just want to see those cards. And honestly, even for going first, like I just more than half of the time just keeping the Pot of Prosperities, whether if I'm going first or second, because like Pot of Prosperity can help you find your evenly matched, your Lava Golems, Spooky Dogwood, Pank. I used it one time to get my Necro Valley. It was just game over right there and then. So honestly, Pot of Prosperity, I might just change it out for the Extrav. So definitely, I might be making that change. One Zombie World. So once again, this was a casual format, so you didn't see Flunder there. But this thing is just GG. It's like GG's for Flunder, because they can't play around this, because they can't tribute summon anything except for they can't tribute summon monsters except for zombie monsters, and they don't play zombies. So honestly, that just says everything right there. We're playing one Karma Cannon, because especially like decks that play Link monsters, you just turn this card to a Book of Moon everything, and to like you make your opponent like send everything to grave. So like cards against like the Link 6 Arrival at Ignister, like this is not a like affecting the monster, is affecting the player. So this card is really good, and it's searchable, so this is why I only play it as a one of. We're playing the second copy of the Different Dimension Ground, playing double copies of Deep Barrier, and we're playing triple copies of Rivalry of Warlords. I'm not sure how this card is 100% right now, since I haven't played in a while, but it's still a really good card, because like we're playing a control deck, right? Like it can take advantage of all the Floodgates, like Gozen, Summon Limit, Skill Drain, any of those cards right there. So honestly, with any sort of combinations of Floodgates, you will be able to like win the game one way or another. So that is gonna be it for my deck profile. I hope you guys liked it, and I'm honestly really happy that I went back to playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I topped it out with second place. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Peace, everyone.